everyone, Vicky Schettini, and I'm really excited today. The real deal we have today. I have Christopher King, and he is the founder of the Gentleman's Course. I'm really excited. When I heard that, I had to know more about it. So I'm going to introduce to you him, so then you get to talk to him, and let's see what he's doing. Hi, Christopher. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, Vicky. How are you?
Great. And my camera and my looking at me, and I'm looking at you. So it looks like I might be looking sideways, but I'm actually looking at you on my screen. So tell us a little bit about, we're all very intrigued about the Gentleman's Course. What is the Gentleman's Course?
Well, the Gentleman's Course is a lecture curriculum-based program where we mentor and work with young youth, male and female, teaching them simple things such as etiquette, the formal dinner setting, manners. I have 30 rules of being a gentleman and 12 suggestions of a lady. And people ask me all the time, why do you say suggestion, but then you have rules for men? Well, I'm a guy. I'm a man. I can't teach a young lady how to be a lady. So I can only suggest of how a young lady should want to be treated, or how a male would view a young lady being treated as a woman, as a lady. You know, those perspectives.
I like that. I like it.
There's certain standards that we look for, and we go back to the basis of how do you ground your law of attraction? What are your standards? A lot of young ladies and young men today don't know what to look for. So we try to encompass that in the program and educating them on positive qualities that should be in humans, because the relationship world today is so far gone. You can't just say men and women, so we just say humans. And and I get some pushback on that. You know, it just I be like, look, your love for animals is your love for animals, but in humans, we want people to look for certain positive quality standards in them, and we also incorporate human rights and human trafficking prevention.
Oh, I love that. Wow, that's cute. And that's something completely different. And and I'm in Jackson, Mississippi, and I never realized it was such a big thing nowadays. And I've had a couple of my employees had some problems with that. So I think we're going to touch base on a little bit of that too. So I love it, the Gentleman's Course. Yet ladies, we get to be in there too. Some of the ladies, how did you come about? Where did you get the idea about doing this? I mean, I love it. And it's a great, is this a nonprofit by any chance?
Yes, we are 501c3. State and federal level. We have both our certificates. In Florida, they require you to have a state license as well. So yes, we are 501c3 nonprofit. And it truly, so rewind ahead of time, let's go back about 5 years. And I was heavy into fashion. So I was designing men's blazers. I had my own wooden.
And I can see, I was looking at that. We're kind of almost matching in color. Pretty happy there.
Yeah, we're matching. And for the record, ladies and gentlemen, this was not planned at all.
It was not. It was not. We did not send the memo out today.
No. I was heavy into fashion, designing jackets, and I had my own wooden bow tie line. So it was something that was close knit. You know, etiquette and fashion go hand in hand, because if you look well, you carry yourself well. I was invited to host a fashion event, and I didn't know what it was. Nothing about the organization. It was charity. And when I got there, my manager at the time was telling me more so what was going on. And I said, tell me about this organization, because there are a lot of kids here. I thought this was a fashion event, you know, and she wanted to explain it to me. She says, well, Chris, the models in the show were victimized in human trafficking.
What?
So they were survivors.
Wow.
Young ladies and these young men. And I said, wait, what do you mean victimized? Like, they were trafficked, they were sold, and then they have been rescued, and they're in this organization doing their transition, trying to get back into society. So as I went to start researching more about human trafficking in Florida, I learned that Florida is ranked 3rd in the nation for human trafficking of kids ages 12 through 18. Big problem here. We're right behind California and New York, and then Texas is number 4 behind us. it's sad to even consider the fact that we have to deal with this issue, period, in the world, not just in America, but in the world, we have to deal with this issue. People would commit such a heinous crime, humans against other humans. It's just bad. One, two,
That's
the fact that we're third, we're at the top, we're at the top of the list. Like, you don't want to be on the list at all, let alone be at the top.
no.
You know, so it's something that we truly had to deal with. And as I learned and I learned, I actually fell in love with the growth that these children were doing, and I wanted to participate. So after volunteering with that organization, it was called Miracles Outreach. After volunteering with them for about a year, I actually wanted to do more. So the gentleman's course is what I categorized my mentorship as, because I'm a gentleman, and the tools and things that I teach, I actually wrote, and that book is coming soon. We wanted to actually put that out there so they would actually have something tangible to say. People say, well, what are you learning? What is it? Oh, it's the gentleman's course, not just Mr. King teaching us etiquette. It's about branding, all about branding. So giving them something to look at and say, well, I'm a gentleman, I'm a lady. We gave them a focus. And that's where we started doing the Gentleman's Ball as an avenue to actually raise funds for other charities. And that was my give back for them to help them out, was being able to raise funds from the community and give it straight to them.
I love it. And how long have you been doing this?
It's been about 5 years now. Coming up on our
Okay.
6th year in existence. And like I said, we started out as a for-profit because we were donating to other charities. And then through a lot of support, it was like, you should do this, get your own, because you have no state funding. You're spending money out of pocket. You know, you can get a better platform. So we became our own charity about 3.5, 4 years ago. And we've been thriving ever since. And we still do donations to other charities as well.
Wow. And where, okay, so I have a whole bunch of questions that's coming to my head because I'm really excited. So it is a nonprofit. So those, I'm assuming, you know, how you're always looking for funding, or that way you'll be able to grow it more. So guys out there, this is a great opportunity. If you have some, you know, mattress money or whichever one it is, whatever you have out there.
Shoebox money.
Shoebox, whatever you want to call it. This is a great opportunity to place it somewhere solid, and you can really make a difference. If someone does want to know more information about, you know, maybe doing a donation, where would they be able to contact you?
They can contact, directly on our website. There's a link to make donations. If a person wants to be we call them a tier donor, then we urge you to contact us directly, because we don't want those kind of transactions going through PayPal and things of that nature. So for larger donations, contact us directly from the site. We have a phone number listed on our website as well as a direct email address to contact us also. And for those tier donors, when they make those large donations and contributions, what they get extra outside of just the promotions and advertising and mentions, tax deductions, I personally go out and speak in their community on their behalf and help grow the program in their own community. It's such
Wow.
it's a give and take. So you give me a little, well, let me help establish it in your community. So any future donations you make, it doesn't come to Florida. It will go in your own community for the organization in your own community. So basically you're helping spread it by making those larger contributions.
So you could, you are in Florida, but you can do it anywhere.
Correct.
Oh, that's amazing.
Correct. And we are in the school. We're approved by school boards. We are in the school systems as well. And it's just, they're just phone calls at this point for us to come out to those communities.
That's amazing. You know, one of the things I have noticed, I have traveled a lot, and there's a lot of places that kids, they just don't have the role models. Where are they going to go? And I think it's great what you have going, because it does give them, you know, the hope, the tools that they need to be able to succeed. Now, I know you're in Florida. Are you currently in any other states?
Well, we are spotlighting in Georgia as well, but we're mainly in Florida. We've been up to DC, we've been up to New York and done things up there as well. So it's more so, but we're hardcore right here in Florida across the state. So, but we have satellites in other areas, but we're growing. It's a slow, steady process, we know.
Yeah, yeah. And is this something, is it online or is it live, that what you're teaching?
So it's both, actually.
Okay.
It is online right now. We're doing online classes for the schools. So they've contacted and reach out because we can't go in and do it on campus. We can't go to the schools and do it. So we've set up online seminars for the students, and we're working hand in hand because we can't set our own schedule because we don't want to change the natural routine of kids learning. So we kind of coordinate with each individual school district of how we set that timeline, because parents are already stretched with having to get regular schoolwork done for their kids. What we're doing is something extra, and we don't want to push that envelope when it's not required. We don't want to push that envelope. This is more so something that we know is beneficial for them, and it's a choice. So we work hand in hand, and what we get is what we get. We get 2 kids, fine. We'll do a course for 2 kids online, and a lot of you may not know, but the course is free for kids. We
Oh,
donate.
wow.
So
That's amazing.
So the funds, we have some donors that help with that. So the funds that we do raise, they help pay for when we do food drives and things of that nature to feed the needy, when we're doing back to school things for the kids. It helps pay for other things because we have donors that help take care of our administrative costs, things of that nature. So a lot of the core money that comes in, it takes care of the kids directly.
That's amazing. That's really, really good. There's quite a bit. One of the, I'm in Jackson, Mississippi, and I think that program here would be really inspiring and so much needed. I think that's another opportunity that maybe we can talk later on, because I think it's a great thing what you have going.
I love to come to Jackson. I'm on my way to Montgomery as soon as Corona is
done.
Because we have a BB King Blues Club in Corona. And if you viewers didn't know, I am the grandson of BB King. And
I did not know this. I didn't. Okay.
I thought she told you.
No, I did not know this. All right.
I will be coming up to Montgomery to visit the clubs there and do some community work in Montgomery. So, of course, Jackson is not far. It's right down the road. So I would love to, while I'm already in Alabama, just make a trip over, and we can definitely do something there.
Yeah, definitely. It's not that far. Well, how exciting that is too. I didn't even know about the Vicky either. I saw the name, but didn't think about it.
But I wear the pin on my jacket for it. I keep them close to my heart.
That's so good. So are you still part of that organization too, or?
Well, it's the state controls the license for the name at this point. So we're just family, and we do what we do. I do my part in keeping the name relevant, keeping the King name positive in the community and in the industry. That's my part. That's my contribution. That's all.
And I think you're doing an amazing job, because I think this is really important. Now, for all these questions still keep coming up. How long is this course?
The course can be done in a 45-minute overview, or we can stretch it out into 8 weeks. And that's when we get into the core curriculum in that program. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't have the opportunity. Say we're spotlighting in the school. We'll go in and we'll do 5 or 6 schools in a day. That's because we're only doing 45-minute overviews, because a classroom session is only 55 minutes long. So we don't have a lot of time to do it. So we do an overview, and we leave the information with the teacher, and then they teach the program as they see fit throughout the course of that year. And it's a donation. We give it out. It's not something that I have to do myself. I want to be able to empower people, because technically, when you're thinking about it, I'm not doing anything that people cannot research and do themselves.
Yeah.
How to tie a tie. You can learn how to tie a tie on Google, on YouTube. You can learn how to eat at a formal dinner setting on YouTube. There's books out there. I mean, it's self-education, but we know in society today, people would not self-educate. So we take it to them, for them. And we're dealing with a generational break, is what I would say, because we don't have grandmothers like we used to. You know,
Yes.
that 30-year difference where she was teaching those things to her grandchildren. Baby, sit up straight. You know, cross. You know, keep your legs closed. Put a cloth over your lap if you want to. You know, cross your legs, things of that nature. If you're sitting on the front row, a lot of these small details, these young women, your grandmothers at 35, it just boggles my mind. You hadn't even lived your own life yet.
When you said 35, I said, I know. I know.
It's so different now in society today. We have to take the him because I'm 37. My son is 7. I mean 8, and my daughter's 7. There's a 30-year gap between me and my kids, and hopefully they learn. So when they're in their 30s, when they have their children, we'll keep that generational distance of life and learning to be able to educate what life is about. Because in 15 years and you're a mother, you haven't lived yet. You can't teach a kid nothing.
Yeah. And it goes back to the, back to basics, moral respects, and you're right, all this information is on the internet, but well, here's the other question is, there's tons on the internet, but which one is right information? Table setting. Who are you learning it from? Is it the right way of doing it? And when do you use certain things at what certain time? So it's really important for kids to just have the structure. Look, if you do the XYZ, this is how you need to be. It's important. It's important to bring back the core basic values that many, many people have forgotten.
We've gotten away from it as a society.
Yeah.
Manners, eating at a table properly. Something so simple, even on a date. I was talking to a group of men and I asked them, if you ordered your food and your food came out first and your date, they said something was wrong and it took a while, would you eat your food or would you wait till she got hers or would you send it back? I gave them 3 options. 99% of them said, I'm paying, I'm the boss, I'm going to eat.
My goodness.
It just boggled my mind. Some of them said, I would just wait. I said, but then your food will get cold. The proper thing to do, if her food is something is wrong and it's not ready, you send your plate back to the kitchen as well. Don't touch it, because what's going to happen, they're going to either keep it under the warmer, but if it's there too long, they're going to make you a fresh dish anyway to bring out with hers. And you win on both sides of the deal, because she's going to look at you and says, wow, this man truly does have patience. He does have, he can be dependent upon. Dependent. Wow, that's a word. Depended upon to wait for me. It's not all about himself. You can show you are humane, you care about people and the situation at the moment. So, just teaching those small key points, it goes so far in life.
And you're right. We've gotten away from a lot of those core values. And I mean, look in the world that we are today. So I think the more we can get it out there, not only that, I mean, if we teach kids, young adults, these core values and they pass it on, it's a win-win. And I like that you said you can go and do a talk and then leave the program for the teachers to do it, because I think they'll be able to start implementing every day, and with repetition, it just becomes a habit. We're all creatures of habit. So I think that's really, really good. And best of all, you'll be able to help so many more people, because it's just kind of paying it forward. I think that's really, really important. So kids that are out there today and they're listening to this, or maybe you have a neighbor kid or someone that they got it in him. All kids have it. They just need that opportunity. And we might be able to give that push, hey, check out this website. Call these places. Where can a kid out there listening, a child, or be in contact with you, or even adults that you may know someone that will be able to get in this program, or maybe you as an adult have a group that you can be teaching? How will they be able to get involved?
Well, for our charity, for the Gentleman's Course, it's very simple. They can go to our website at www.thegentcourse.com. That's thegentcourse.com. We have videos on our website. All the curriculum is on the website. They can even download the rules from our website on a Word document to take home for themselves. Like I stated, the program I'm teaching these kids truly manners, etiquette, human rights, human trafficking prevention, providing them with those resources. I'm not going to charge you for it. These kids need to be taught the basic essential ideas or ideologies because it's just going to help them better. It's non-religious. Whatever religious practice you have, there's nothing wrong with learning how to sit at a dinner table properly, how to have a proper conversation and communicate with people, understanding the balance between tones. Tone integrity is so important because you can say one thing one way and say the same thing another way and get two different responses and reactions from people. A lot of, and like I said, they're simple and small. So we're on Instagram, same thing at The Gentleman's Course. They're on Facebook, The Gentleman's Course, and then our website, thegentcourse.com. You can find all that information. Videos, we have how-to videos on our website as well as on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel for The Gentleman's Course. But like I said, educating these kids, we've made it so accessible for them. But if they won't do it, fine. We are more obliged because I actually enjoyed that more, going out and talking and teaching the youth these simple tools. It's more enjoyable because now I get to build a relationship with them. You know, when I have kids who've been in my program 3 years ago, come back and say, Mr. King, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. You know, it really sparkles my eye to see these kids grow and stay in tune. You know, I have a young man, his name is Zian Lin. He's at Florida State University. And he came to my program, and shortly after he went to college, because he was a valedictorian in school, graduated with a 7.4 GPA. Brilliant young man.
Wow.
And he's studying, believe this now, biochemical engineering.
Wow. Wow.
That man is smart. He's smart on no bounds. So, but he actually started a chapter of our program at Florida State University in Tallahassee. You know, I didn't know it. His mother called me and said, hey, Zian met with the president and they're starting a chapter on campus and they didn't know what guidelines they need to do. I'm like, really? Wow, let me go to Tallahassee. Let's, because I'm not going to stop anything. You know, some people would say, stop, wait, you know, there's protocol. The hell with the protocols. This is growth. These are kids reaching to be a part of growth and teaching other kids. I'm all for it. I'm going to run 100 miles to that. Let's do it all day. How much it costs, don't care. Let's get it done.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We're gonna do whatever it takes. That's what I say. Where side is it? Right here. Do whatever it takes. I love it. Yeah, and it's just gonna spread because believe it or not, it does feel good when you feel good when you're doing, you're doing good things.
Right.
I don't care what you say. Kids do want to do good.
They do.
It's just a product of their environment. So little changes, it will be great. It'll go a long, long way. And I think you're given your last name, you're doing great by your last name there.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it.
So this is amazing. So again, for those who want to either donate, did you say also you take volunteers?
Yes, we always looking for volunteers, and we use volunteers in many different ways from our public events, community events. That's where the volunteers go. But when we're talking about coaches actually have to be trained in the program. So that requires a little more commitment because there's a learning process in that. For a volunteer, we give you a T-shirt and you help us out, vending or setting up a booth at a table, giving out information, something that's simple, or chaperoning maybe on a community trip with the kids from that nature. But that's for a volunteer. But for coaches, which is something that is the core of the program, because I can't be everywhere. I can't do everything. And I can't teach a young lady how to be a lady. But we have female coaches that go through the trainings. And I took like my panel. The female panel was huge with actually coming up with the content behind the suggestions of a lady and going over those protocols, because one woman is not going to have the right answer. You need women from all different backgrounds, from all different levels of society, from all different backgrounds of employment. I mean, it just takes it's a lot of information to put together.
It is, you're right.
And sourcing that, and when I sat down with literally a mound of paper, packs of paper thick, and just going through it. Okay, I think I got it, and this is it, you know. But it came through actually talking to other women. It just wasn't something sitting in the back of my mind.
That's amazing. I think it's a great, great thing that you're doing. I know you're going to do fantastic. I can't wait till I see it everywhere in every 50 states. I think it's going to be amazing. Again, can you repeat where anyone, if you want to volunteer, donate, or just be part of the program, where can they reach you? Let's repeat it just in case. And then what I'll do is I'll put the links down below and the description, so then that way it won't be missed either.
Okay, no problem. If you want to reach out to the Gentleman's Course, you can find us online at thegentcourse.com, and that's TheGentCourse, thegentcourse.com. On Facebook, The Gentleman's Course, Instagram, The Gentleman's Course, and you can just Google The Gentleman's Course. You'll find videos. We have an episode on TV as well, 30-minute episode that covers the history of the program, and I'll send that link to you as well. I think you'll get a kick out of watching that. When people watch my background in history and learn where I come from, half of them cannot fathom that where I am today, that literally I'm 37, so that would be 17 years ago, I was arrested for selling cocaine in Savannah, Georgia with 16
Oh, wow.
people.
Wow, okay.
You know,
Did not know that one either. Missed a lot on this.
you know, and then you know, from there, that put me in the military, serving in the Marine Corps. You know, yesterday was Memorial Day, so I spent yesterday grieving for my fallen brothers. You know, it was a lot of growth for myself, is what put me in a position to truly be able to help other people, because I've gone through a lot in my own life as an individual, and I've overcome a lot of setbacks myself.
Yeah. Oh, believe it. Believe it. Well, thank you for your service. I mean, it's unbelievable, and you're doing great things. I'll put all the links down below. So those of you who, again, donate, want to be a part of it, want to volunteer, this is an amazing cause. And I know in my gut, it's telling me that it's going to spread. It's going to spread, and it's going to do amazing things. So thank you again for being on the show. I'm really, really excited, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Vicky. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It was a great pleasure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.